Hello and hope you are doing well. Today, we are focusing on managerial communication skills. As we delve into the topic, keep in mind the importance of effective communication in a managerial roles and how it can enhance team collaboration and productivity. In this presentation, we will explore the essential aspects of managerial communication. We will start by defining what communication means in the context of management and identify its core components. Next, we will discuss the different types of managerial communication, distinguishing between formal and informal communication methods. It's crucial to recognize the barriers that can hinder effective communication and strategies for overcoming these obstacles. We will also cover the importance of active listening for managers, as well as the role of nonverbal communication and written communication essentials. In today's digital age, we will look at various digital communication tools and how they can enhance managerial effectiveness. Understanding different communication styles in management is vital, along with the need for cultural competence. We will touch on giving constructive feedback, handling difficult conversations, and resolving conflicts through effective communication. Persuasion and influence are key skills for managers, and we will also address public speaking and presentation skills, including the use of visual communication tools. Communication planning and measuring its effectiveness are essential for continuous improvement, and we will discuss the importance of ethical communication in building trust. We will also examine current communication technologies and trends, as well as the need for training in communication skills. Emotional intelligence plays a significant role in communication, and we will address cross-generational communication challenges. Finally, we will touch on the legal and regulatory aspects of communication, the role of feedback in continuous improvement, and summarize the key competencies we've covered. I will provide references and further reading for those interested, along with a disclaimer and usage guidance for this presentation. Let's dive into the world of managerial communication. Effective communication is fundamental for managerial success, as it significantly influences leadership ability, team performance, and overall organizational outcomes. Managers must master core communication principles to navigate the complex interactions that occur in the workplace. These skills are essential for conveying ideas clearly, coordinating activities, and motivating employees. Strong managerial communication directly impacts leadership effectiveness. It builds trust among team members, clarifies expectations, and helps resolve conflicts that may arise. Organizational success relies heavily on the efficient flow of information, which managers facilitate through both formal and informal communication channels. Key communication principles that managers should focus on include clarity, active listening, empathy, feedback, and adaptability to different audiences. It's important for managers to recognize that communication is a two-way process, which involves not just sending messages but also receiving them effectively. Successful managerial communication requires an awareness of context, an understanding of cultural differences, and the ability to select the appropriate medium for communication. By developing these skills, managers can lead their teams more effectively, improve decision-making processes, and foster a positive work environment. In summary, the importance of communication and its principles cannot be overstated for managers aiming to achieve success in their roles. Effective communication in management is crucial for coordinating activities, guiding teams, and achieving organizational goals. It is important to understand both the purpose and the challenges of communication to ensure managerial success. When we talk about communication in management, we refer to the process through which managers exchange information, instructions, and feedback with employees, peers, and senior leaders. This exchange is vital for facilitating organizational objectives. The purpose of communication goes beyond simply transferring information. It also involves motivating teams, resolving conflicts, coordinating tasks, and fostering an environment of trust and collaboration. The scope of managerial communication is broad and includes various channels such as verbal discussions, written reports, digital messages, and nonverbal cues. Each of these channels must be tailored to suit different audiences and contexts. Managers encounter unique challenges in communication. They must balance clarity with diplomacy, address diverse cultural and linguistic backgrounds, and navigate hierarchical structures that may limit open dialogue. Moreover, communication needs to be adapted to different organizational levels, from frontline workers to executives. This requires flexibility in tone, content, and formality. Finally, the dynamic nature of organizational environments means that managers must also manage communication during times of change, uncertainty, and crisis. This demands a high level of responsiveness and emotional intelligence. In summary, understanding the role and challenges of communication in management is essential for effective leadership and organizational success. Effective communication is essential in any organization, and it revolves around several core components. First, we have the sender, who is the individual initiating the communication process. In a management context, this is often the leader who conveys instructions, ideas, or feedback. The clarity and intent of the sender are crucial as they shape the effectiveness of the message. Next is the message itself, which is the content or information being communicated. It's important that the message is clear, relevant, and tailored to the audience's needs to avoid any confusion or misinterpretation. The medium refers to the channel or method used to deliver the message. This could be face-to-face meetings, emails, reports, or video calls. The choice of medium should depend on the complexity and urgency of the message being conveyed. Then we have the receiver, the person or group receiving the message. Their background, experience, and current state can significantly influence how they interpret and respond to the communication. Feedback is the receiver's response to the message, which is essential for the sender to gauge understanding and effectiveness. Feedback can be verbal, nonverbal, or written, and it plays a critical role in closing the communication loop. Lastly, we consider context, which encompasses the environment and circumstances surrounding the communication. This includes organizational culture, timing, and physical setting, all of which can affect how messages are framed and received. To effectively communicate, the sender must consider the receiver's perspective to craft messages that are clear and actionable within the organizational context. Selecting the right medium is also crucial. For instance, complex or sensitive topics may require face-to-face communication, while routine updates might be effectively shared via email. Feedback allows managers to confirm understanding and adjust their communication style or content as needed, which helps prevent miscommunication. Additionally, contextual factors such as cultural norms, hierarchical structures, and timing can influence how messages are delivered and interpreted in the workplace. Overall, effective communication requires ongoing adjustment based on feedback and situational changes to maintain clarity and engagement. Managers who actively manage these components can foster trust, improve team collaboration, and enhance overall organizational performance. In summary, effective managerial communication relies on these 6 fundamental components: sender, message, medium, receiver, feedback, and context. Understanding and managing these elements can significantly improve clarity, reduce misunderstandings, and foster stronger team collaboration. Effective management communication requires an understanding of the distinct forms of communication: verbal, nonverbal, written, and digital. Each type has unique characteristics and is suited for different managerial contexts to ensure clarity, engagement, and productivity. Starting with verbal communication, this involves spoken words exchanged in various settings such as meetings, one-on-ones, presentations, and informal conversations. One of the key advantages of verbal communication is that it allows for immediate feedback and clarification, which fosters interaction and relationship building. It is particularly effective when conveying complex ideas that benefit from tone, emphasis, and conversational cues. Next, we have nonverbal communication, which includes body language, facial expressions, gestures, posture, and tone of voice. Nonverbal cues often convey emotions and attitudes that can supplement or sometimes contradict what is being said. This form of communication is essential in management as it helps gauge team sentiment and reinforces messages in a subtle yet effective manner. Moving on to written communication, this encompasses reports, emails, memos, policies, and formal documentation. Written communication provides a permanent record and allows for thoughtful composition and review. It is best suited for detailed instructions, official communication, and situations that require accuracy and formality. Lastly, we have digital communication, which utilizes emails, instant messaging, video conferencing, and collaboration platforms. Digital communication offers speed and convenience, making it ideal for supporting remote work and real-time coordination. It is particularly effective for routine updates, quick queries, and connecting dispersed teams across various locations. In summary, understanding these 4 types of communication is crucial for effective management, as each serves a specific purpose and enhances overall productivity. Understanding the differences between formal and informal communication channels is crucial for managers. By recognizing these distinctions, they can choose the most effective approach for various organizational situations. Formal communication includes structured and officially sanctioned channels such as meetings, reports, memos, and official emails. This type of communication ensures clear documentation and accountability, which supports the organizational hierarchy and decision-making processes. It promotes consistency of messages across departments, helping to reduce misunderstandings. However, formal communication tends to be slower due to the necessary protocols and approval processes, although it does provide traceability. One downside is that it may inhibit spontaneous feedback or creative input because of its rigid nature. On the other hand, informal communication encompasses unstructured, casual exchanges, such as conversations during breaks, impromptu discussions, and social interactions. This type of communication facilitates faster information sharing and helps build relationships among employees. It encourages openness and can bring to light issues or ideas that formal channels might overlook. However, informal communication lacks official record-keeping, which can lead to misinformation or rumors if not managed carefully. Additionally, it can bypass hierarchical lines, which is useful for quick problem-solving but might challenge authority. In summary, both formal and informal communication have their advantages and limitations, and understanding these can greatly enhance communication effectiveness within the organization. Effective communication is crucial for success in management, but there are several barriers that can impede this process. By understanding these obstacles, managers can work to reduce their impact, leading to clearer and more productive interactions within their teams and organizations. First, let's discuss language barriers. Differences in spoken or written language can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Additionally, the use of jargon or technical terms that the audience may not be familiar with can complicate the clarity of the message. It's essential for managers to ensure that their language is clear, simple, and tailored to the comprehension level of their audience. Next, we have emotional interference. Strong emotions such as stress, anger, or anxiety can distort how messages are delivered and received. These emotional states can lead to selective listening or defensive responses, which ultimately reduce the effectiveness of communication. Managers should be attentive to emotional cues and address feelings appropriately to maintain open lines of communication. Cultural differences also play a significant role in communication. Norms regarding communication styles, gestures, and expectations can vary widely across different cultures. Making assumptions based on one's own cultural context can lead to miscommunication and even offense. Therefore, it is critical for managers to be aware of and respect cultural diversity to bridge communication gaps, especially in global teams. Lastly, we must consider physical distractions and organizational hierarchy. Environmental noise, interruptions, and poor meeting conditions can diminish focus and hinder message retention. Additionally, rigid organizational structures may prevent open dialogue, making lower-level employees hesitant to express their thoughts. To combat these physical and hierarchical obstacles, it's important to create a supportive environment and encourage open communication channels. By addressing these barriers, managers can foster a more effective communication environment that enhances team collaboration and overall organizational success. To effectively overcome communication barriers, managers can implement several practical strategies. First, active listening is crucial. This means giving full attention to the speaker, using verbal and nonverbal signals to show engagement, and reflecting back key points to confirm understanding. It's important to avoid making assumptions before the message is complete and to encourage questions to gauge understanding. Next, establishing feedback loops is essential. This involves summarizing or paraphrasing what has been said to verify message accuracy and creating opportunities for ongoing dialogue to address any concerns. Simplifying messages is another key strategy. Use clear and straightforward language, break down complex ideas into manageable parts, and provide relevant examples or analogies to aid comprehension. Organizing information logically with an emphasis on key points can also help ensure focus. Finally, fostering cultural awareness is vital in diverse teams. Recognize and respect different communication styles and adapt messages to be culturally sensitive. Educating yourself and your team about cultural norms can promote an inclusive environment where diverse perspectives are valued. By adopting these strategies, we can expect improved clarity in verbal exchanges, reduced misunderstandings, enhanced team rapport, and stronger engagement and trust. Ultimately, these efforts lead to clearer communication, better message retention, and more inclusive practices that enhance collaboration among diverse teams. Active listening is an essential skill for managers that significantly enhances understanding, builds trust, and improves team collaboration. By honing this skill, managers can create a more effective communication environment and strengthen team dynamics. To practice active listening, it's important to focus your attention fully on the speaker. This means minimizing distractions, such as phones or emails, and maintaining eye contact to show engagement and respect. Pay close attention to nonverbal cues, like facial expressions and gestures, as they can provide additional context to the message being conveyed. Asking open-ended questions is another key activity in active listening. This helps to remove ambiguities and deepen your understanding of the speaker's points. It's crucial to avoid interrupting while gathering information, as this can disrupt the flow of communication. Instead, mentally or verbally mirror the speaker's key points to demonstrate that you are engaged and understanding their message. Phrases like, "What I hear you saying is," can be very effective in confirming comprehension. Reflecting on the emotions behind the words is also vital. Acknowledging feelings can help to validate the speaker's perspective and foster a stronger emotional connection. After the speaker has shared their thoughts, recap the main ideas and key details to confirm shared understanding. This not only solidifies the conversation but also sets a clear foundation for any follow-up actions. By focusing on these activities, you can expect improved concentration on the speaker, increased awareness of both verbal and nonverbal signals, and a stronger initial connection. This approach reduces misunderstandings and enhances the clarity of the message, leading to a clearer mutual understanding and validation of the speaker's perspective. Remember to stay open-minded and receptive during conversations, even if the message challenges your views. This openness fosters a more communicative environment, reduces defensive reactions, and builds greater trust and willingness to share among team members. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role in how managers convey their messages and ensure understanding among their teams. First, let's discuss body language. The way we hold ourselves, our movements, and our positioning can send strong signals about our confidence and openness. For instance, when managers adopt an open posture, it encourages dialogue and fosters trust within the team. Next, facial expressions are powerful communicators of emotions and attitudes. Simple expressions like smiling or frowning can convey empathy and sincerity. Effective managers are aware of their facial cues and use them to reinforce their messages. Gestures also play a significant role in communication. By using hand movements, managers can emphasize key points and illustrate their ideas more dynamically. Controlled gestures can enhance clarity and engagement during discussions. Finally, the tone of voice is essential in how messages are perceived. Managers who adjust their tone, pitch, and volume can effectively convey authority, warmth, or urgency, depending on the context of the conversation. In summary, mastering nonverbal communication, through body language, facial expressions, gestures, and tone of voice, can significantly enhance a manager's ability to connect with their team and deliver messages effectively. Effective written communication is essential for managers to convey messages clearly and professionally. This not only ensures understanding but also fosters positive relationships within the organization. First and foremost, clarity is paramount. It's important to use straightforward language and avoid unnecessary jargon or complex terms. This approach helps ensure that the message is easily understood by all recipients, regardless of their background. Next, maintaining a professional tone is crucial. This tone should reflect respect and courtesy, and it may need to be adapted based on the audience and context. However, it's vital that the message remains approachable and clear. When organizing content, start with a clear purpose statement. Follow this with supporting details and conclude with actionable points or summaries. This logical structure guides the reader effectively through the information. Be concise but comprehensive. Include all necessary information without overwhelming the reader with extraneous details. It's about finding the right balance between brevity and completeness. Proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling are also essential. These elements convey professionalism and help avoid misinterpretation or confusion in the message. To enhance readability, structure documents with clear headings, bullet points, and paragraphs. This allows for quick scanning of key information, making it easier for the reader to digest the content. Tailoring the writing style to the medium is another key principle. Whether it's an email, report, memo, or formal letter, it's important to adhere to the specific conventions and expectations of each format. Accuracy is critical. Ensure that all facts, figures, and references are correct to maintain credibility and support informed decision-making within the organization. Incorporating feedback mechanisms is also beneficial. Inviting questions or clarifications promotes two-way communication and confirms understanding. Lastly, always respect confidentiality and ethical considerations. This means carefully managing sensitive information and complying with organizational policies. These key principles for managerial written communication will help you convey your messages effectively and professionally. Digital communication tools are crucial in today's management landscape, as they facilitate efficient and timely information exchange among teams. It's important to understand the appropriate use and etiquette of each tool to enhance clarity, professionalism, and collaboration in the workplace. Starting with emails, they serve as a foundational tool for formal communication. They are best suited for detailed messages, documentation, and official announcements. When crafting effective emails, ensure they are clear, concise, and well-structured. Use a professional tone, include proper greetings, and always sign off appropriately. It's essential for managers to communicate with both internal teams and external stakeholders through email, ensuring timely responses to keep workflows on track. Remember to avoid overloading emails with unnecessary information. Instead, utilize bullet points and headings to improve readability. Additionally, confidentiality and data protection are paramount when sharing sensitive information via email. Next, we have instant messaging platforms, which provide real-time communication. These are ideal for quick questions, updates, and informal interactions. Managers can leverage instant messaging to foster team engagement and facilitate rapid problem-solving. However, it's crucial to keep messages respectful and purposeful. Group chats can enhance collaboration, but they require clear guidelines to prevent distractions and ensure inclusivity. Be cautious not to use instant messaging for complex or sensitive information, as this can lead to misunderstandings. Also, respect working hours and response expectations to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Video conferencing is another vital tool that supports face-to-face interaction remotely. It enhances connection and understanding through visual cues. Managers should prepare agendas and ensure technical readiness to conduct effective virtual meetings. Lastly, collaboration platforms integrate various tools such as file sharing, project management, and communication, which support coordinated teamwork. To use these platforms effectively, training and agreement on norms are necessary to maximize productivity and minimize miscommunication. Always maintain professionalism during virtual meetings by dressing appropriately and minimizing background distractions. Understanding the 4 primary communication styles, assertive, passive, aggressive, and passive-aggressive, is crucial for managers aiming to interact effectively with diverse teams. By adapting your communication style to fit the situation, you can enhance your leadership influence and foster better team collaboration. Let's start with the assertive style. This approach is characterized by clear, direct, and respectful communication. Assertive managers express their thoughts and needs while also considering the perspectives of others. This style promotes open dialogue, which is essential for building trust and mutual respect within teams. It supports confident decision-making and effective problem-solving, both of which are vital for successful leadership. Next, we have the aggressive style. This style involves a forceful and sometimes hostile expression of thoughts and demands, often at the expense of others' feelings. While it may seem decisive, aggressive communication can damage relationships and create resistance among team members. Although managers using this style might achieve short-term compliance, It can ultimately harm long-term collaboration and team morale. On the other hand, passive communicators tend to avoid expressing their opinions or needs, often prioritizing others' preferences over their own. This can lead to misunderstandings or unresolved issues, as important points remain unspoken. Managers who exhibit passivity risk losing their influence and may struggle to enforce decisions or expectations effectively. Finally, we have the passive-aggressive style. This style combines indirect resistance with hidden hostility, often expressing disagreement through subtle or ambiguous behaviors. It can create confusion and mistrust within teams, as intentions are unclear and issues remain unaddressed. Managers who rely on passive-aggressive communication undermine transparency and hinder constructive conflict resolution. In summary, understanding these communication styles is essential for effective management and team dynamics. Cultural competence in communication is crucial for effective managerial practices. It involves understanding and respecting cultural differences, which can significantly enhance collaboration and team performance. When managers develop cultural competence, they can adapt their communication styles to better connect with diverse audiences. Cultural awareness is essential for recognizing and respecting the varied backgrounds, beliefs, and values of team members and stakeholders. This awareness helps to minimize misunderstandings that can arise from different communication styles, gestures, and expressions. By promoting inclusivity, culturally aware managers contribute to higher employee satisfaction and retention rates. Understanding cultural norms allows managers to navigate sensitive topics more effectively, fostering stronger interpersonal relationships. Sensitivity in communication means being mindful of how cultural differences can influence preferences in directness, tone, and body language. It's important to avoid making assumptions or relying on stereotypes. Instead, managers should strive to understand individual perspectives within their cultural contexts. Culturally sensitive communication also involves respecting language preferences and adapting messages to ensure clarity and appropriateness. Recognizing cultural holidays, customs, and practices is vital, as these can impact team members' availability and participation. To facilitate effective communication, managers should use simple, clear language and avoid idiomatic expressions that may confuse non-native speakers. Encouraging open dialogue and active listening is key to understanding diverse viewpoints and concerns. Additionally, adapting communication methods to suit cultural preferences, such as adjusting formality levels and choosing appropriate communication channels, can enhance understanding. Providing cultural competence training for teams can improve collective understanding and help reduce potential conflicts. Finally, implementing feedback mechanisms allows managers to verify message clarity and adjust their communication styles as necessary. Providing constructive feedback is a crucial component of effective management and team development. It's important to approach this process through 3 key stages: preparation, delivery, and follow-up. Each of these stages should be executed with respect and clarity to ensure that the feedback is not only received positively but also leads to meaningful improvement. In the preparation stage, it's essential to identify the specific behavior or performance issue that needs addressing. Focus on observable facts rather than making assumptions or personal judgments. Clarifying the purpose of the feedback is also vital. It should aim to support improvement and development rather than criticize or blame. Gathering relevant examples or data will help provide concrete evidence, making the feedback more objective and easier to understand. Additionally, planning the timing and setting for the feedback session is crucial. Choose a private and distraction-free environment to encourage openness. During the delivery stage, begin the conversation with a positive or neutral tone to create a respectful atmosphere and reduce defensiveness. Use clear and specific language, avoiding vague statements that may confuse the recipient. Focus on the behavior or result rather than the individual, emphasizing how improvements can benefit both the person and the team. Encourage dialogue by inviting the recipient to share their perspective and ask questions to ensure mutual understanding. Finally, in the follow-up stage, agree on actionable steps or goals for improvement, ensuring they are realistic and measurable. Offer support or resources that may assist the individual in making the necessary changes. Schedule a follow-up meeting to review progress and provide additional guidance if needed. Maintaining an open-door policy will encourage ongoing communication and reinforce a culture of continuous development. By adhering to these key activities and deliverables, we can ensure that our feedback is constructive, respectful, and ultimately beneficial for everyone involved. Difficult conversations are a part of management that we cannot avoid, but they can be handled effectively. The key is to maintain your composure throughout the discussion. This creates a safe environment for open dialogue. It's important to manage your emotions to prevent defensiveness or escalation. Techniques such as controlled breathing and taking a moment to pause before responding can help maintain clarity and professionalism. Active listening is another crucial component. Make sure to listen attentively without interrupting, showing genuine interest in the other person's perspective. Asking clarifying questions is essential to ensure you fully understand their concerns and emotions. Reflecting back key points can also confirm your understanding and help build rapport. When discussing the issues at hand, focus on objective facts rather than assumptions or personal opinions. Clearly identify the issue or behavior without assigning blame. Present specific examples to clarify your concerns and avoid misunderstandings. Encouraging collaborative solutions is vital. Aim for joint problem solving to find resolutions that are acceptable to both parties. Focus on future actions and improvements instead of dwelling on past mistakes. It's important to agree on clear next steps and establish a follow-up to ensure accountability and progress. By employing emotional self-regulation techniques and preparing a mental framework for the discussion, you can foster a calm and respectful atmosphere. This approach leads to improved mutual understanding, validated perspectives, and engaged communication. Ultimately, a fact-based discussion with clear definitions of issues, supporting examples, and an agreed-upon action plan will enhance commitment to improvement and establish a follow-up schedule. Effective conflict resolution in management hinges on the ability to communicate clearly and neutrally, as well as employing structured techniques like mediation and negotiation. When managers remain impartial and facilitate open dialogue, they can turn conflicts into valuable opportunities for team growth and collaboration. Let's break down the key activities involved in conflict resolution through communication. Step 1. Establish neutral ground. It's essential to create a safe environment where all parties feel heard without bias. Set clear guidelines for respectful communication and confidentiality, and clarify your role as a neutral facilitator rather than a judge. Step 2. Encourage open expression. Encourage all parties to express their views openly. Use active listening techniques, such as paraphrasing and summarizing, to confirm understanding. Acknowledge emotions without judgment to foster trust and openness. Step 3. Identify common interests and issues. Analyze the shared goals and concerns that underlie the conflict. Highlight areas of agreement to build a foundation for resolution, and clarify points of disagreement using factual, unemotional language. Step 4. Facilitate negotiation and collaboration. Guide the parties in brainstorming mutually acceptable solutions. Encourage compromise by focusing on interests rather than positions, and maintain neutrality by ensuring equal participation and avoiding favoritism. Step 5. Agree on action plan and follow-up. Finally, document the agreed resolution and outline specific actions for each party. Set timelines and methods for monitoring progress, and schedule follow-up meetings to assess implementation and address any further issues. By following these structured steps, managers can effectively resolve conflicts and enhance team dynamics. Effective persuasion is an essential skill for managers, as it allows them to guide decisions and inspire their teams while upholding ethical standards. When managers use ethical influence, they foster trust and long-term cooperation, which ultimately enhances the success of the organization. Persuasive communication is key for managers to align team goals with the broader objectives of the organization. By clearly presenting ideas and motivating action, managers can negotiate resources, gain stakeholder support, and resolve conflicts effectively. It's important to appeal to both logic and emotions in these situations. Managers often rely on persuasion to encourage buy-in for change initiatives and to promote collaboration across different departments. A successful approach to persuasion balances assertiveness with empathy. This balance ensures that messages resonate with diverse audiences while maintaining the manager's credibility. Transparency is crucial in persuasive communication. Managers should always provide truthful information and avoid manipulation or withholding important facts. Respecting individuals' autonomy is also vital, as it allows them to make informed choices without feeling coerced, thereby preserving their dignity and trust. Building credibility through expertise and consistency is another important aspect of influence. This approach strengthens a manager's ability to encourage voluntary acceptance of their ideas. Additionally, encouraging open dialogue is essential. It invites feedback and alternative viewpoints, which supports ethical persuasion and leads to better decision-making. Recognizing individual and cultural differences is key to tailoring messages that effectively inspire and engage team members. Using positive reinforcement, such as acknowledging achievements, can significantly boost motivation and sustained effort. Setting clear expectations that align with shared values creates a sense of purpose and commitment among team members. Finally, demonstrating empathy and practicing active listening fosters a supportive environment where team members feel valued and motivated to contribute. This is how managers can effectively motivate their teams through influence. Effective public speaking and presentation skills are crucial for managers. They enable you to convey your messages clearly, engage your audience, and handle questions with confidence. To enhance your communication impact and leadership presence, focus on key activities such as preparation, content organization, delivery techniques, and audience interaction. Start by understanding the purpose and objectives of your presentation. This will help you tailor your message accordingly. Conduct thorough research on your topic to ensure that the information you present is accurate and relevant. It's also important to know your audience's background, interests, and expectations. This knowledge allows you to customize your content and examples effectively. When creating visual materials, such as slides, charts, or graphs, ensure they support and clarify your message. Keep these visuals simple, uncluttered, and readable to avoid distracting your audience. Consistency in fonts, colors, and styles will help maintain a professional appearance and keep the focus on your content. Organize your presentation into a clear introduction, body, and conclusion. This structure will guide your audience through your message. Highlight key points and ensure a logical flow between sections to maintain coherence. Use signposting language to indicate transitions and emphasize important messages. When it comes to delivery, practice proper voice modulation, including volume, pace, and tone, to keep your audience engaged. Use confident body language, such as maintaining eye contact and using purposeful gestures, to reinforce your message. Incorporate pauses strategically to emphasize points and give your audience time to absorb the information. As you prepare, set clear presentation goals and create comprehensive topic notes. Understand your audience profile and design well-structured slides with supporting graphics that maintain visual consistency. Develop a detailed outline, key message list, and transition cues to guide your delivery. Rehearse your speech to ensure effective vocal delivery and engaged body language. Managing audience interaction is also key. Encourage questions and feedback to foster two-way communication and clarify understanding. Listen actively and respond respectfully to inquiries or concerns. Be prepared to manage difficult or off-topic questions tactfully to maintain control of the discussion. To handle nervousness, employ relaxation and breathing techniques before and during your presentation. Focus on your message and your audience rather than on self-consciousness to build confidence. After your presentation, solicit constructive feedback to improve your future skills. Develop an anxiety management plan and self-confidence strategies, and make sure to collect feedback for continuous improvement. Effective use of charts, graphs, and slides is crucial for managers as it allows them to simplify complex data and communicate insights clearly to a diverse audience. Visual communication tools, such as colorful charts and graphs, play a significant role in this process. For instance, the images displayed show various types of charts, including bar charts, line graphs, and pie charts, which can help convey information in a more digestible format. Charts are particularly useful because they organize data visually, making it easier to identify patterns and trends. This organization supports informed decision-making by providing a clearer understanding of the data at hand. Graphs, on the other hand, illustrate relationships between variables over time or across different categories, which aids in comprehending complex information. When using graphs effectively, it's important to combine concise text with visuals, maintain consistency throughout your slides, and emphasize key messages to ensure maximum impact. This approach will help in designing clear and effective slides that resonate with your audience. When analyzing your audience, it's crucial to define clear and measurable communication goals that align with the priorities of the organization. Start by identifying what you want to achieve with your communication, whether it's to inform, persuade, or motivate your audience. Setting timelines and expected outcomes will help you evaluate the effectiveness of your communication later on. It's important to ensure that your objectives are realistic and relevant to both the target audience and the context in which you are communicating. Next, develop clear, concise, and relevant messages that align with your objectives and the analysis of your audience. Use language that is accessible and respectful, taking into account the diverse educational and cultural backgrounds of your audience. Structuring your messages logically will enhance understanding and retention, so be sure to incorporate key points and calls to action while maintaining professionalism. Identifying key stakeholders and groups who will receive your message is essential. Consider their demographic, cultural, and professional backgrounds to tailor your communication appropriately. Assessing audience needs, preferences, and potential barriers to understanding will further refine your approach. If necessary, segment your audiences to customize messages for different groups. When it comes to selecting communication channels, base your choices on audience preferences and the complexity of the message. Evaluate the strengths and limitations of each channel to ensure clarity and engagement. Planning the timing and frequency of your communications will optimize reach and provide opportunities for feedback. As you develop your communication plan, consider key deliverables such as a communication objective statement, a timeline for activities, and success criteria for evaluation. Create a message framework document, draft communication scripts, and outline key message points and calls to action. Additionally, prepare an audience profile report, conduct segmentation analysis, and create a channel selection matrix along with a communication schedule and guidelines for channel use and etiquette. In summary, developing a clear communication plan is essential for managers to convey messages effectively and achieve organizational goals. This process involves setting specific objectives, understanding the audience, crafting tailored messages, and selecting the appropriate communication channels to maximize impact and clarity. When measuring communication effectiveness, surveys and feedback are crucial, accounting for over 60% of evaluations. This highlights the importance of gathering data to ensure clarity and engagement within the organization. Evaluating communication allows managers to pinpoint areas that need improvement and refine their strategies accordingly. Surveys are particularly useful as they provide quantitative data on aspects such as clarity, frequency, and overall satisfaction, helping to identify trends and areas for enhancement. In addition to surveys, direct feedback from meetings can offer valuable qualitative insights into specific communication challenges and successes. Performance indicators, such as project completion rates and engagement scores, serve as metrics to assess the impact of communication on achieving organizational goals. Observation is another key method, as it allows us to assess nonverbal cues and interaction dynamics, which can reveal hidden barriers to effective communication. Lastly, conducting communication audits helps review processes and content to ensure they align with our goals and standards. In summary, a combination of these evaluation methods provides a comprehensive understanding of communication effectiveness and guides us in making necessary improvements. Ethical communication is crucial in management as it lays the groundwork for trust and integrity in all interactions. First, let's discuss honesty. Managers are required to provide accurate information without distortion. This means that the messages conveyed must be truthful and reliable, which is essential for maintaining credibility. Next, we have transparency. This principle involves openly sharing relevant information with stakeholders while also maintaining appropriate boundaries. By doing so, managers promote clarity and build trust within the organization. Confidentiality is another key aspect. It mandates that sensitive data is safeguarded and that privacy is respected. This prevents unauthorized disclosure of personal or organizational information, which is vital for protecting both employees and the organization. Fairness is also important. It entails treating all individuals impartially and avoiding any bias or favoritism in communication and decision-making. This ensures that everyone feels valued and respected. Moreover, ethical communication supports accountability. Managers are encouraged to own their words and actions, and to correct mistakes promptly when they occur. This fosters a culture of responsibility. Now, let's look at some key ethical principles. Managers should always verify facts before communicating to avoid spreading misinformation that could harm individuals or the organization. Using clear and respectful language is essential to prevent misunderstandings and to ensure that messages are inclusive and culturally sensitive. Maintaining confidentiality not only strengthens employee confidence but also protects organizational interests, especially when dealing with private or proprietary information. Ethical communication requires a balance between openness and discretion. It's important to share information appropriately based on the audience and context. Finally, by fostering an environment of trust and respect, managers can promote collaboration, reduce conflicts, and enhance overall organizational effectiveness. In summary, ethical communication is foundational to effective management. Managers must consistently apply principles such as honesty, transparency, confidentiality, and fairness to cultivate a positive organizational culture and uphold professional standards. Trust is a critical element in effective team dynamics and organizational success, and it is primarily built through transparent and honest communication. Open communication is essential. It means sharing relevant information freely and avoiding hidden agendas or withholding critical details that can undermine confidence. When team members feel informed, they are more likely to trust one another and the organization as a whole. Consistency in messaging and follow-through on commitments is also vital. This consistency reinforces reliability and predictability, which are key factors in building trust over time. Respectful communication plays a significant role as well. It involves acknowledging others' perspectives, listening actively, and responding thoughtfully without dismissiveness or condescension. This approach fosters an environment where everyone feels valued. Managers can significantly contribute to trust building by creating safe spaces for dialogue. In these spaces, employees should feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns without fear of negative consequences. Regular updates and clear explanations about decisions are crucial in preventing misunderstandings and rumors that can erode trust. Practically, managers should practice active listening, maintain transparency about organizational changes, and demonstrate empathy in their communications. Encouraging two-way feedback is another effective way to grow trust through mutual understanding and continuous improvement in communication practices. Nonverbal cues, such as maintaining eye contact, using positive body language, and adopting an appropriate tone, further support trust-building efforts. Ultimately, trust built through communication enhances collaboration, employee engagement, and overall workplace morale, which directly contributes to organizational performance. In summary, effective trust building in management depends on open, consistent, and respectful communication practices. These practices create transparency, reliability, and mutual respect within teams. It is essential for managers to actively foster these behaviors to strengthen relationships and drive organizational success. Recent advances in communication technology have significantly reshaped how managers communicate, fostering better collaboration and inclusivity among diverse teams. One of the key trends is hybrid communication, which combines in-person and virtual methods. This approach has become increasingly common, necessitating innovative strategies to keep teams connected regardless of their physical location. Another important development is real-time translation technology. This advancement has greatly improved communication across different languages, which is particularly beneficial for managers overseeing diverse teams. The shift to remote work, accelerated by the pandemic, has also highlighted the importance of effective digital communication tools. Video conferencing has become a staple, emphasizing the need for robust platforms that facilitate clear and efficient communication. Additionally, AI communication tools, such as assistants and chatbots, have started to automate routine messages and scheduling tasks. This automation supports managers by freeing up their time for more strategic activities. Finally, cloud collaboration tools like Teams and Slack have revolutionized teamwork by enabling real-time document sharing and collaboration, regardless of team members' locations. These tools are essential for maintaining productivity in a distributed work environment. Developing strong communication skills is crucial for managers to lead effectively and create a collaborative work environment. In this presentation, we will explore various training approaches that can enhance these skills, including structured workshops, personalized coaching, and self-directed learning. Each method offers unique benefits that, when combined, can equip managers with the practical tools and confidence needed to communicate clearly, listen actively, and adapt to diverse situations. Let's start with structured workshops. These provide a formal learning environment where managers can engage with communication theories and participate in practical exercises. Workshops often include role-playing scenarios, group discussions, and real-time feedback, all of which help build confidence and competence. They typically cover foundational topics such as active listening, nonverbal cues, and effective message delivery. Additionally, this approach encourages peer learning and networking, fostering a shared understanding across different departments. Next, we have self-directed learning. This method empowers managers to take the initiative in their communication development by utilizing books, online courses, and multimedia resources. It offers the flexibility to learn at their own pace and revisit concepts as needed. Through self-directed learning, managers can develop critical reflection skills by assessing their communication strengths and identifying areas for growth. This approach complements formal training by promoting continuous learning beyond structured sessions. Finally, personalized coaching tailors communication skill development to the individual manager's needs and challenges. This involves one-on-one sessions that focus on practical application, self-awareness, and overcoming specific communication barriers. Coaches provide constructive feedback and help set measurable goals for improvement. This method supports ongoing development and accountability through regular check-ins. In terms of key activities and deliverables, structured workshops will include participant handouts, interactive role-play exercises, feedback and evaluation forms, a curated reading list, and access to online learning platforms. For self-directed learning, we will provide self-assessment tools, learning journals or logs, and resources for independent study. Personalized coaching will involve creating an individual coaching plan, progress tracking reports, and personalized feedback sessions, along with goal-setting documents. By integrating these training approaches, we can ensure that managers are well equipped to enhance their communication skills, ultimately leading to a more effective and collaborative workplace. Emotional intelligence plays a vital role in enhancing communication for managers. It encompasses self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation, all of which contribute to better understanding, reduced conflicts, and stronger relationships within teams. Starting with self-awareness, this involves recognizing your own emotions and understanding how they influence your thoughts and behaviors during communication. Managers who are self-aware can identify their emotional triggers, which helps them avoid impulsive reactions in workplace interactions. This awareness not only aids in understanding one's personal communication style but also its impact on others, ensuring that messages are delivered thoughtfully. Additionally, being self-aware allows managers to align their communication with the organization's values and goals, fostering consistency and trust. Next, we have empathy, which is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. This skill enhances interpersonal connections and allows managers to better interpret both verbal and nonverbal cues. By practicing empathy, managers can respond more effectively to their team members' needs and concerns. This type of communication fosters an inclusive environment where employees feel heard and valued, which in turn increases motivation and engagement. Furthermore, empathy supports conflict resolution by enabling managers to consider multiple perspectives and respond with sensitivity. Lastly, emotional regulation is crucial for managing and controlling emotional responses, especially under pressure. Managers who excel in emotional regulation can maintain their composure during stressful situations, which facilitates clear and calm communication. This skill helps prevent emotional outbursts that could damage workplace relationships and ensures a professional atmosphere is maintained. Effective emotional regulation also supports the delivery of constructive feedback and encourages open dialogue, even in challenging conversations. In summary, developing emotional intelligence is essential for managers to enhance their communication skills and foster a positive work environment. Effective communication across different age groups in the workplace is essential for fostering a collaborative environment. Each generation, baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z, brings unique communication styles influenced by their cultural and technological backgrounds. Older generations may prefer more traditional methods, such as face-to-face or telephone conversations, and often value formality and structure in their interactions. In contrast, younger generations tend to favor digital communication platforms, like instant messaging and social media, prioritizing speed and brevity. To bridge these generational gaps, it's important to encourage open conversations about communication preferences and to respect individual differences. Utilizing a mix of communication channels can help accommodate diverse needs, ensuring a balance between digital and in-person methods. Training on digital tools can also support all employees and help reduce any technology-related gaps. Promoting empathy within teams is crucial. Team members should be encouraged to consider perspectives shaped by their generational experiences. However, we must be aware of common challenges that can arise. Misinterpretation of tone and intent due to differing communication norms can lead to misunderstandings. Additionally, resistance to adopting new communication technologies may create barriers between generations. Stereotypes and assumptions about others' communication preferences can hinder open dialogue, and differences in feedback expectations can lead to conflict. By fostering a respectful workplace culture where all voices are valued, we can enhance team collaboration, reduce misunderstandings, and improve trust. This understanding also supports knowledge transfer between experienced and newer employees, ultimately strengthening our organizational capacity and improving employee engagement and retention. As managers, it is crucial to understand and adhere to legal standards in our communication. This not only protects the privacy of our employees but also helps us avoid defamation and ensures compliance with workplace policies. By doing so, we maintain both organizational integrity and employee rights. Privacy laws mandate that we handle employee and company information with the utmost confidentiality. This means sharing information only with authorized individuals. It's important to remember that defamation involves making false statements that can harm someone's reputation. Therefore, we must communicate factually and steer clear of unverified claims. Compliance with workplace policies is essential. Our communication must align with organizational standards and legal requirements, including anti-discrimination and harassment policies. Additionally, we need to be aware of data protection regulations, such as GDPR or similar regional laws, especially when using digital communication tools to protect sensitive information. In some jurisdictions, recording conversations or meetings may require consent. It is vital for us to understand local laws before proceeding with such actions. Clear documentation and transparency in our communication can serve as a safeguard against potential legal disputes. To stay informed, we should regularly receive training and updates on legal communication requirements, as regulations are constantly evolving. Miscommunication or careless remarks can lead to serious legal consequences, including lawsuits or regulatory penalties. This highlights the importance of careful messaging in our roles as managers. Regular feedback cycles are essential for improving communication and enhancing team performance. When feedback is implemented thoughtfully, it can foster clarity, support growth, and drive continuous improvements within both the team and the organization. Let's discuss the role of feedback in continuous improvement. Key activities include establishing clear feedback objectives, monitoring and adapting feedback practices, and implementing regular feedback cycles. First, it's important to define the purpose of feedback within the context of your team or project. This ensures that feedback aligns with broader organizational goals. Communicate expectations to all team members regarding the role of feedback in their professional development and performance enhancement. We want to encourage a mindset that views feedback as a positive tool for learning rather than as criticism. Next, we should collect feedback on the feedback process itself. This allows us to assess its effectiveness and identify areas that need improvement. Analyzing outcomes such as changes in communication practices, team collaboration, and individual performance metrics will help us understand the impact of our feedback efforts. It's also crucial to adjust feedback methods and frequency based on the needs of the team, cultural considerations, and evolving organizational priorities. Scheduling consistent feedback sessions, whether they are weekly or monthly one-on-one meetings or team reviews, helps maintain an ongoing dialogue. Utilizing structured methods, such as the SBI model, situation, behavior, impact, can provide specific, objective, and actionable feedback. Additionally, we should create opportunities for two-way communication, allowing recipients to ask questions and clarify their understanding. To support these activities, we will develop several key deliverables, including a feedback guidelines document, a team feedback objective statement, a communication plan for fostering a feedback culture, a feedback process evaluation report, an improvement action plan, an updated feedback protocols document, a feedback session calendar, standardized feedback templates, and records of feedback discussions. By focusing on these elements, we can create a robust feedback culture that drives continuous improvement within our teams. Effective managerial communication hinges on mastering 5 key competencies: clarity, empathy, adaptability, active listening, and ethical conduct. These competencies empower managers to convey messages with precision, understand diverse perspectives, respond flexibly to changing situations, engage meaningfully with their teams, and uphold trust through integrity. Starting with clarity, it is essential for managers to use straightforward language, organize their ideas logically, and avoid ambiguity. This ensures that messages are understood by everyone involved. Empathy plays a crucial role as well, allowing managers to connect with their team members by recognizing and respecting their feelings and viewpoints. This fosters an environment of trust and cooperation. When we combine clarity and empathy, we see that managers can communicate in ways that are both precise and considerate. This combination significantly enhances overall team understanding and morale. Next, adaptability is about adjusting communication styles to suit different audiences, cultural contexts, and technological tools. This ensures that communication remains inclusive and engaging for all team members. Active listening is another vital competency. It involves fully focusing on the speaker, confirming understanding, and providing thoughtful responses. This practice builds mutual respect and helps reduce misunderstandings. These competencies collectively support dynamic interactions and effective problem-solving within diverse teams and ever-changing environments. Lastly, ethical communication is fundamental. It is grounded in honesty, transparency, and respect for confidentiality, which are essential for maintaining credibility. Managers must ensure fairness, avoid misleading information, and align their communication practices with organizational values. Upholding ethical standards fosters a trustworthy environment where open and responsible communication can thrive. In this slide, we present a list of references and further reading materials that are essential for understanding managerial communication. First, we have Communicating for Managerial Effectiveness by Clampett, which offers communication strategies specifically designed for managers, along with practical applications. Next, Robbins, DiCenzo, and Coulter's *Fundamentals of Management provides valuable insights into communication processes, barriers, and various managerial styles. Guffey and Lowy's *Essentials of Business Communication focuses on the different forms of communication, written, verbal, and digital, that are crucial for effective management. Toomey and Chung's Understanding Intercultural Communication delves into the importance of cultural competence, especially when managing diverse teams. Harji's Skilled Interpersonal Communication emphasizes the significance of active listening, feedback, and nonverbal communication in management. Lunenburg and Ornstein's Educational Administration discusses communication planning and the ethical considerations in leadership roles. Hackman and Johnson's Leadership. A Communication Perspective analyzes how communication influences leadership and the strategies involved. Northhouse's Leadership. Theory and Practice addresses the role of emotional intelligence and different communication styles in effective management. Verderber and Verderber's Communicate. Focuses on essential communication skills, including public speaking and presentations. Lastly, Tannen's You Just Don't Understand. Women and Men in Conversation examines the differences in communication styles between genders, which can significantly impact managerial interactions. These sources provide foundational insights into managerial communication skills and support the course content, offering pathways for further study. I encourage you to explore these texts to deepen your understanding of the subject. This slide serves as an important disclaimer regarding the use of the training content provided. It emphasizes that the material is intended solely for internal educational purposes within organizations. Users are reminded to apply their professional judgment when utilizing the information, as it may contain unintentional errors or omissions that could impact decision-making. The authors and providers of this content do not assume any responsibility or liability for outcomes resulting from the application of the strategies or information presented. It's crucial to note that this material is not a substitute for professional advice, particularly in complex, sensitive, or legally binding situations. In such cases, consulting qualified experts or specialists is essential before taking any action. All information is provided, as is, and while efforts have been made to ensure its reliability, there are no guarantees regarding completeness, accuracy, or timeliness. Therefore, users should exercise their own professional judgment and discretion when interpreting and implementing the guidance provided in this course.